I've always been a morning person, but last year I kind of slacked off because there was just so much stuff going on, and it was my schedule got fucked up, and it was just all over the place. So I was all over the place mentally, everywhere, emotionally. It's hard. It's really hard. I would try to wake up earlier. I wanted to wake up earlier, but I was still going to sleep late. Being a morning person starts off by the night before the day, if that makes sense. If you want to be a morning person, you have to go to sleep early. You can't go to sleep. I mean, you can go to sleep late and wake up early, but you want to make sure you get enough rest. You don't want to be in a bad mood, in a tired mood, in a negative mood, because that's what lack of sleep puts you into that type of vibe. You need to get enough sleep. So go to sleep early, and you have to have that positive nighttime routine, because that positive nighttime routine is crucial for a positive morning routine. You want the most positive, productive, perfect morning, then you need to have the most positive, productive, and perfect nighttime routine. So what a nighttime routine would look like is setting your intentions for the next day, planning out your day for the next day, your schedule, or whatever the case is. Maybe you plan it out in the beginning of the week, so you already have your days planned out. That's typically what I do. I don't go night by night preparing each day. I plan out the whole week. If there is something that comes up that day, I write it down that night in order for me to do it or to remember the next day. Because if you don't write down anything that you, let's say, didn't finish, or something that you need to get to the next day, it's all up in your mind and you're thinking about it, worrying about it. You're not being in the present moment. You don't even go to sleep relaxed because you're like, I need to remember to do this. I need to do this tomorrow. And that doesn't provide a positive and smooth morning. If you write everything down, you have it down on your planner, on your schedule, and you wake up doing your positive morning routine, taking care of yourself, loving yourself, not worried about what's to come in the day. You will see it all when it's time to see your planner, when it's time to see your schedule for the day, and you're like, okay, that's why it's important to write down your schedule, because you're not worried about what you have to do next, what you haven't done, what you need to get to, what not to forget. Write it all down. That way your head is not all over the place and it's not just full of, it puts you in this negative state, to be honest, and you're just in these worried vibes, stressed. You just want to go with the flow of your schedule and go from one task to the other. If there's things you need to prioritize them. Write them down, what you need to get to first, instead of doing something that you really didn't need to do, that wasn't that important, and then you might invest so much time and energy into that where you don't get into the stuff you really needed to prioritize. So the night before, get everything ready for the next day. Whatever it is that you need to get ready, your food, meal prep, anything that you need, to be honest. Like for me with my juices, I juice in the beginning of the week, like on Monday. So I'm not juicing every morning. I juice everything that I need to juice, and then I prep it in its cup the night before for the next day. That way it's just ready to go. I open the fridge and it's ready to drink. I don't have to pour it, because you want to have a smooth morning. You're still waking up, it's the morning. You want to help out yourself, and that's helping yourself out by preparing for the next day, for the morning. Because in the night, the day before, yeah, it's night, you might be tired or whatever, but you're still in that like zone, to get stuff done or whatever. And in the morning, you're still waking up, you're still working your way up to that mood. You want to be in this positive mood. That way you invest more time into your morning routine, into preparing yourself for the day, into self-care. I have a self-care routine in the morning, so I want to invest more time into that instead of pouring my juices, instead of cutting up my fruit. I'll cut it up the night before. Build that positive nighttime routine that will help you for the next morning. All those things help to make your morning run smoothly, and that way you just prepare yourself. But what you also need to do is mentally prepare yourself, emotionally prepare yourself. So like letting go of that day. Say it's Monday. Whatever happened on Monday, if you feel some type of way, if somebody did something to you that made you feel some type of way, let it go, okay? Don't bring it over into Tuesday. If you want to spend that whole day feeling some type of way, okay, but at night, let it go. Do a little, I don't know, prayer, a little ritual, some meditation to let that energy go and not bring it into Tuesday, into the whole week, because you don't want that. You don't want others to affect your mood for any day or for any week. You want to let go of anything of that day that isn't positive and that isn't going to help you in any way, that doesn't bring anything to your life into the next day. So let all those things go. Any bad energy, any negative energy, negative thoughts. Don't be harsh on yourself either. If you didn't get to some tasks, you didn't get to them, write them down that you need to prioritize those things the next day, that you need to get it done. Don't be harsh on yourself. Be thankful that you got to do whatever it is that you got to do. You could do a nightly journal where you thank yourself, where you write down what you did, just telling yourself how proud you are of you and that you tried your best. Always tell yourself at night that you tried your best, that you did your best. That just prepares you mentally, emotionally, and physically, because it'll make you feel good. And you will tell yourself that you are enough, because you shouldn't ever compare yourself to nobody else, to anybody else's life. It's a you versus you. If you feel some type of way because you think you didn't do your best, then okay, journal it, whatever, the next day. Give yourself a little more push, some more motivation, or maybe you need a self-care day, something that will make you feel good and that will encourage you to go a little harder the next day. But you always want to love yourself through it all, and you want to be kind with yourself and not harsh on yourself. And do not forget to go to sleep early. That's crucial, and that's the main thing.